Hey guys, welcome back to the Ride Waxing UK One Wheel channel. I've been really looking forward to this one, and the reason for this is my new board, 2022-2023 Bataleon Camel 2. I am so excited. I just love this board, and as you can see, it's still in its wrapper. So, we're going to unwrap this. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the tech that's in this board, and I'm going to give it a service, and I'm going to basically explain to you why I'm going to give it a service. So, stay tuned. Let's have a quick look at this Bataleon Camel 2. Right, one fresh Stanley knife blade. Don't want to cut the top coat, just get a little nick in there, in the hollow of that amazingly high lift tail. Oh, look at this. Ooh, I'm so excited. Like I say, a 157 in length, and it's 26 centimetres across. It does get slightly wider as it gets to the nose, but yeah, oh, look at that wood core. Wow. 3BT technology, I think is what it's called on this board. I'll tell you in a second when I turn it over. And that's in the tail and the nose. Oh, look at that. Wow, it looks so much better. Out with the rubbish. Ooh, ah, oh, wow. Check that out. Look at that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, super excited, super excited. Right, let's run you through some of the tech and put you in my hand and give you a detailed look at this board. Here we are, one Bataleon. This is such a beautiful board. I'm so pleased I've picked this. I love the matte to the high gloss. Smile, its snowboarding logo, Camel 2. Opposed to camel toe. They did do a camel toe, and it had camel toes all the way down the bottom of the board. And if you don't know what a camel toe is, only if you're 18, type that into a Google search and you'll see. It's not what you think. 157, 26 width, and yeah, look at that wood core. Now this is a lightened wood core over the 2021 to 2022. Oh, it is just lovely. That matte finish, that nose is just awesome. And you can't really pick it up on camera, but there's a real concave. You can see that central ride point that goes down the centre of the board. We've got float ratio of 8.3, flex of 5. And again, this gives you the stance here. Camel 2, so if you had a 149, it's 25.2 width. 25.6 and a 153, a 26 and a 157, that's my board. And then you got to, again, 4mm extra on a 161. I thought a 153, because I'm about 6 foot, so I thought a 153 would be quite cool, but obviously, again, not every day is a powder day, unfortunately. So I thought I'd go for the safety one and go for a 157. The bottom coat, and this is the reason why I will wax it in the Ride Waxing studio, you can see that central band there. Now it's obviously a lot darker here because this curves over on the tail, and the same, again, if you get the profile on the nose, it curves on the nose, a quarter side kick just here, and you can see that raised part here. So you're going to get high spots here and here. So I'm going to wax this board and load this up with wax. Obviously you expect the edges to be nice and sharp, of which they are, but I am going to just run the gummy stone around and dull and tip the ends. I've got a little bit of corrosion, would you believe, already. Up there, and I think that's because the polythene had obviously split, so we'll clean that up as well, and I will just diamond stone the rails just to make sure that they are tip top, because obviously they'll be machined, engineered side rails, and I want to make sure they're nice and sharp. So not really a park board, but it can go in the park. Again, if you scan this logo, which I'm going to put on the screen now, so if you have your phone and you're watching this on a laptop, it will take you straight to it. And there's a guy on there that's absolutely flying through the park. So like anything, I think that's down to your rideability. This is an intermediate to an expert board, is this Camel 2. We've got the 3BT technology, we've got the sidekick, and we've got the super tubes. I think the super tubes are new for 2023, and they sit down the inside of the board, bit demonstrated just here. But very much a groomer and a power day board. There's your 3BT side base nose lift, which is a very high, which we've seen already up there on the nose. We've got a narrow, and then we've got a low at the back, and that's the profiling just here. But yeah, I think you agree, it's awesome. Hyperglide base, which is great. I think it's a hardened, stronger base. So it'll be interesting to see how the wax lays into this. We've got the carbon stringers. We've got that light core wood core, and we've got the biax lamination. And I think that lies. Oh, actually, here we go. It tells you on here. So there's your carbon stringers just there, and then you've got this biax laminate on the front and the back. It is a very flexible board. There's some people on YouTube that have done some reviews on this, and yeah, I am so looking forward to riding it. And I'll give you my first opinions. So guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we're going to take you through this board. But this is the reason why I'm going to wax it, because you can see it's a little bit dry. Now I'm going to do a before shot. We're going to pull these stickers off, and basically, here we go, 2023 Camel 2. And then we'll do an after. So you can see how much shinier and how much more wax we can get into this base, so this board is ready to fly. Thank you very much indeed, Bataleon, for building such an awesome board. And that top coat, wow, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Can't wait to ride this. And I'm going to put on there my very dusty, because they're covered in wax, because I've been waxing skis. Do you like my mum's rug she gave me? It's just so my feet don't get cold. Yeah, some Burton step-ons, and I think that will look trick. Just clean, nice and clean. Oh, right. Let's put you in the stand, and let's get this board waxed. Right, so we've laid all that wax down. Always good to fill the inside of the board to make sure that temperature is penetrated through the whole of the board, and that is nice and warm, but it's not too hot. So you just got to make sure you don't get it too hot. Keep a nice steady flow. It actually makes taking the wax off a lot easier. So why would you sharpen and why would you wax a new board? I would definitely do it. You'd be surprised how dull these edges were. Just because they come from the factory doesn't necessarily mean they're razor sharp. Depends how you want the board. I've double tipped the ends. I've actually now got these razor sharp down the edges. We should be able to carve on this an absolute treat. And like you say, the base was relatively dry just because in the factory they put it all on. They haven't got the time to do what I do to every single board. This takes quite a few hours to service a board properly. And like I say, I think this is going to come up absolutely lovely. So do stay tuned for that before and after, especially around the nose. We've got plenty of heat in that top coat. The 3BT aspect is an interesting way of waxing. Again, new for me, first ever Bataleon I've ever had in the workshop. That 3BT is just awesome. I am so looking forward to riding this board. But you've got to wax it in a different way. And it's the same on the tail as well. We've polished the top coat. We've got some residue on there that we've got to take off just because that will make it fully water repellent. And I'm going to go stick this on the hot room before it cools down out here in the workshop, so that heat can stay in that board and open up those pores, and the wax can obviously be absorbed as much as possible. So guys, stay tuned. For me, it'll be about 5 to 8 hours, but for you, it'll be a couple of seconds. See you in a bit. Right, so this is the exciting part. My Bataleon Camel 2, brand new. And I've just polished that top coat up as well. That is awesome. Look at that. I've actually put some protective stuff on there. So the actual snow itself should repel off of that lovely. And the actually other good news, I'm going obviously snowboarding in a week, and the snow has just started falling. It's been really late season here in the French Alps. And today the snow has started to fall. So hopefully next week we should get a load of snow. And then when I go out there, this party animal will be ready to rip and hit some powder. I am so looking forward to riding this board. I cannot stop looking at it. It is such a good looking board. That top coat, that 3BT front nose, rear tail. Oh man, this is awesome. Really looking forward to this, as you can tell. So I'm gonna get this wax stripped off the base of this thing. We're gonna get it polished and dialed between an inch of its life, and this thing is gonna be ready to fly. And you're gonna see a massive difference between factory wax to actually having the board serviced before hitting the snow. And I think you'll find the base of this board is gonna look so enriched and dark. It's just going to be awesome. So guys, stay tuned. There'll be a big before and after. I'm going to stick on my waxing apron because this thing gets messy. But I love this bit. Oh, I can't wait to ride it. It's such a nice board. Here we go. Right, the best bit is the polishing bit, and I am stoked with this, the outcome of this board. This is why you service a new board, you service a used board, you service new skis, used skis. Is always paramount to get your wax in, get your edges done, and like I say, actually out the packet, it didn't look that bad at all. Yeah, the 3BT system is a bit dry around the sides, but you think, I can't really get that much better. But boy, can't it. Look at this. From the tip there up there, all the way through to the tail, look at the shine. The before and after was absolutely brilliant. Like I say, you take it out of the packaging, you'd have a great time. You get it serviced in the Ride Out Waxing Workshop, you'll have an epic time. This is so sharp. Took quite a bit of material, because bear in mind, they lay the rails there and they'll run it through a machine, and that'll be it. We've got those polished. We've dulled and tipped the ends so I know where my catch points are. We've got a massive side rail on this board, so we are going to be able to carve like anything, and this is going to fly. I've actually Tefloned all the rails as well, so we cleaned up that rust on that front nose. You can see that there in the camera. That's come up absolutely lovely. Got rid of all of that. That's just because the packaging split open, a bit of moisture got in there, and that's just a little bit of moisture. So Teflon the rails between now and when we go next week. These rails will stay on point and they'll look as shiny and as new as they do today. The base is just phenomenal. The polish is phenomenal. We've got a decent layer of wax on there, and guess what? The snow is starting to fall in the Alps, which is even better because that means hopefully there'll be some powder and I can rip this for the first time. The top coat on this board though is awesome. Bataleon Camel 2, 10 out of 10. I love the design. I love all the features about this board, and I cannot wait to ride it. I really can. And I am so chuffed I picked this. They say you have life choices. This was one of my choices, and this was a good choice. And Bataleon, if you want me to bespokely service any of your boards for any of your customers and give it the Ride Out Waxing Workshop treatment, then hook me up. I will service them, no problem at all. Anybody famous out there? You wanted me to service your board on the channel? Then let me know. Obviously, hit that like, guys. Hit that subscribe. Share with your friends. Share with your celebrities. I will quite happily service their boards. I am over the moon with this. I really am. I cannot believe how well it come up considering it's a brand new board. So yes, service your boards, guys. Service your skis. Have a great time on the mountain. Stay safe. And obviously, yeah, thanks for watching. So guys, until next time, the immortal words from me to you. We'll see you soon.